What if the world's greatest heroes are a family of four? But what happens when that family has to choose between saving the entire Earth or sacrificing their newborn baby? Imagine discovering that the cosmic gods want to destroy Earth unless you hand over your newborn baby. That nightmare becomes reality for the Fantastic Four, Marvel's most famous superhero family, when their greatest enemy arrives from space with an impossible demand. And by the end of the story, the world will never look at them the same way again. This is the Fantastic Four first steps. Our story takes place on Earth 828. We open with Reed Richard, also known as Mr. Fantastic, and his wife Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. After 2 years of trying, Sue reveals the incredible news she is pregnant. Reed is overjoyed, but secretly terrified, wondering how a baby will turn out when both parents have genetically altered cosmic DNAs. Now, through a popular in-universe talk show, The Third Gilbert Show, we get a quick look on how the family became icons. 4 years earlier, Reed, Sue, and her hot-head brother Johnny, the Human Touch, and Reed's friend Ben Grimm, the rock-skin powerhouse known as the Thing, went into outer space, hit by cosmic rays, then returned with unbelievable powers. They've spent years protecting New York, even brokering a peaceful underground charter with the former enemy, the Mole Man. Back in the present, the family celebrates Sue's pregnancy alongside their quirky robot companion, Herbie. Ben Grimm tries to baby-proof the house while Reed construct a high-tech modified containment pod inside of a crib to keep the baby safe until they understand its genetics. Ben also finds a spark of romance on the street of New York with a local school teacher named Rachel, but the domestic bliss doesn't last long. Just as Sue is due to give birth any day, a massive unnatural storm brews over Manhattan. The team flies the Fantastic car into the Times Square, where they are confronted by a striking metallic alien being the Silver Surfer. She delivers a chilling declaration. Earth has been marked for total consumption by her master, the Cosmic Titan Galactus. Johnny flames and chases the Surfer all the way into outer space. He manages to catch her on board, but she speaks an ominous phrase in her native alien tongue before effortlessly knocking him out of the Earth. Reed immediately uses his tech to trace the Surfer's cosmic path, discovering a horrific trail of completely vaporized planets. Realizing the scale of the threat, the Fantastic Four promise the world they will stop this entity, launching their ship into space as the whole world watches. The team arrives at a nearby planet just as it is being devoured. Their ship is pulled inside a massive vessel where the Silver Surfer guides them straight to Galactus, a towering godlike cosmic entity. Reed tries to reason with the Titan, begging him to spare Earth, but Galactus detects something incredible. He senses the unborn child inside Sue, realizing the baby's unique altered DNAs carry a reality-warping power to permanently cure his cosmic hunger. Galactus gives the Fantastic Four a horrifying ultimatum. Hand over the baby and Earth will be spared. If they refuse, the planet dies. Horrified, the family refuses and makes a frantic escape. The Silver Surfer pushes them as they race towards a dimensional bridge to home. Sue gets into labor. Working under extreme pressure, Reed traps the Silver Surfer in a time dilation field, buying them just enough time to cross back to their universe. Right there on the ship, Sue gives birth to a healthy baby boy named Franklin. About the Surfer, back on Earth, the team hosts a massive press conference. Reed honestly reveals Galactus' ultimatum and explains that they refuse to sacrifice their son. This honesty backfires completely. Panicked and terrified of annihilation, the public immediately turns on the Fantastic Four, treating them like villains who value one baby over billions of lives. With the war against them, the stress becomes too much for Sue. She steps up to the microphone fiercely, declaring that she will never sacrifice her child, but promises that the Fantastic Four will find another way to save everyone. Her raw emotion brings back the public's faith. Reed's new plan is desperate: build a massive network of teleportation towers to shift the entire planet Earth into a different universe out of Galactus' reach. Meanwhile, Johnny studies all recordings to translate what the Silver Surfer said to him in space. He figures out her friends meant die with yours. Just as the teleportation towers are activated, the Silver Surfer breaks free and begins destroying them one by one. Johnny flies out to confront her in Times Square. Having decoded her history, he reveals he knows who she really is. Her name is Shalabar. When Galactus came to devour her planet, she willingly sacrificed herself to become his herald, giving up her freedom so her own daughter and civilization could live. Hearing Johnny call her out and overwhelmed by the mental echoes of billions of lives she has helped destroy, a guilt-ridden Shalabar flees. With the teleportation network ruined, Reed suggests a terrifying last resort plan. Use the baby's cosmic energy signature as bait to lure Galactus in a local dimensional portal that will banish him into an empty void. Knowing that the stakes are high, the family agrees. They strike a deal with the Mole Man, and the entire population of New York City is sent into a massive underground world of subterranean. With the streets entirely empty, Galactus arrives in Manhattan. The plans go awry when the Titan bypasses their trap. Breaking straight into the Baxter building to grab the baby, the family now unleashes everything they have. Super projects a massive colossal force field to push Galactus back. Reed stretches his body to absolute limit, risking being torn apart to scramble Galactus' machinery and retrieve his son. Johnny flies to a massive height and draws Ben Grimm straight onto the Titan's head for a brutal definitive clobbering time. With Galactus staggered, so pushes him towards the closing portal. The Titan tries to claw his way back out. Johnny prepares to make a suicidal flight to push him through, but suddenly, Shalabar returns. Seeking redemption, she pushes Johnny out of the way, driving herself and her master through the portal into the void just as a snapshot Earth is saves. But the victory is tragic. So collapses completely dead from the extreme physical strain of holding the massive force field. As a devastated Reed and the team grip, baby Franklin begins to cry. Reed places the baby next to Sue. Sensing his mother, Franklin touches her and hands his dormant cosmic power flare up, completely reviving her. A relief Sue looks at Reed, realizing their son is more powerful than they ever could have imagined. So the people return from underground, and the Fantastic Four are once again celebrated as global heroes. The film ends with the family happily piling into the Fantastic Car, struggling comically to lock Franklin's baby car seat into place before flying off into their next adventure. But stick around because the mid-credit scenes set up the massive future of the MCU. Now, 4 years later, an older Franklin is playing in the kitchen. Sue walks in to find a mysterious figure standing right next to her son, wearing a sweeping green cloak and holding a cold metal mat. That iconic villain is Dr. Doom. He has officially arrived. Now, what do you think of Franklin's insane power levels? And how do you think Dr. Doom will impact the family next? Let me know in the comment section and smack the like button and subscribe for more deep dive movie recap. See you next time.